that's what I want to do. Like, I want to be another piece of the puzzle and just create that balance. So definitely I got into it for inspiration and to be a role model. That was what my dad did. We watched videos all the time outside of playing sports. But then I would be at family functions and be riding with my older cousins, and they would be playing Tribe Called Quest. He knows what their inspirations are, what they want to do with their music. So it's easy now. Basically, if I have an idea, I want to try something different, I communicate it, and I'm Rapsody, Jamla Records, Cooley High, Zulu Nation member, and I am from North Carolina, which is in the United States of America. And I grew up off of Michael Jackson. Was a big part of my childhood, like so many around the world. But just the way the music he made and the dances he did, like that's why I fell in love with music. Me and my dad would sit around and watch Michael Jackson videos all weekend, and my dad played a lot of Luther Vandross, and my mom played a lot of Tina Turner and Patti LaBelle. So that's as far as music goes, that's what I remember first listening to, like oldies like that, The Temptations. Like that was what my dad did. We watched videos all the time outside of playing sports. But then I would be at family functions and be riding with my older cousins, and they would be playing Tribe Called Quest and Nas and all these other MCs, and that's when I was introduced to hip hop. Like I remember House of Pain, Jump Around, like as a kid when that song and video came on, I'd be jumping like up and down, like, oh, this is it. Like seeing MC Lyte for the first time, her Poor Georgie video, that's the reason I wanted to rhyme. That was the first female that I saw rhyme like that, and that's when I was like, oh, I could do it. So those are like some of my first introductions to music as a child, and then finding like what I really love, which was hip hop. And the rest is history. Like I like Nas, I like the Fugees, I like Erykah Badu, Mary J. Blige, Jean Grey, Little Brother, and now I'm here inspiring younger kids, I hope, myself. So that's what it is. Got to go to prom and spent most of weekends working, putting needles in her arm. Just from being in it, as far as other artists go, other MCs, the respect has always been there. That was the easiest part. It's more the music business that is harder to get that respect. And I was thinking about the days when I was younger, watching MC Lyte and Queen Latifah and Lauryn Hill and Foxy Brown, Little Kim. Like they all were very prominent. They all had their different styles, but they sold records too. But now they don't have that same faith in you, and you don't have that balance either, as far as MCs that are up here in everybody's eye. You have Nicki Minaj, and one thing that's missing is that balance, and I think that's part of it. As far as the business goes, they don't see the potential in us, and they think we take up too much of the budget for hair or whatever. But that's always been one thing. It's definitely a lot harder on the business side, and with fans, sometimes with these newer fans, because of that time that they grew up in, they don't know the depth of, the older MCs like Roxanne Shante and like an MC Lyte and Queen Latifah. They grew up in a time where there wasn't a lot of female MCs in their face, and if they didn't dig for it, then they don't know. But it just depends on which age group you're talking about, really. But I never go into it looking at myself like I'm a female MC. It's just like I'm an MC, and I have to work as hard as the guys do, and that's what I'm going to focus on doing, just putting out great music and letting that speak for itself. But it's definitely harder.
You think it's harder?
Yeah.
You think you have to work more than the men?
Yeah, I do.
Stopping nobody, it's rigor mortis the rapper, pouring out liquor for niggas that out wrapped up.
Yeah, outside of just having a love for it, I got into it to inspire people, and especially younger little girls, and to create that balance. Because like I said, like they didn't have that wide variety of females to look up to in hip hop like I did. I had a wide range, and they were all different. So I saw all sides of being a woman and what sexy was. Sexy can be, you show a little bit more, but sexy can also be reserved. Like, what are you comfortable doing? And that's what I want to do. Like, I want to be another piece of the puzzle and just create that balance. So definitely I got into it for inspiration and to be a role model. and to show, like, you know, you can rap as good as these guys, and, you know, you can be comfortable in your own skin, in your own light. Just be yourself, and no matter what your gender is, your race is, your age is, where you're from, north, south, it doesn't matter. You know, just make great music, but you're all into whatever you're doing, even if it's not music. You know, if you want to be a painter, or you want to be, I don't know, you want to work in construction and you're a woman, like, you know, just go for it, and, you know, be confident and know that you can do it. So definitely inspiration. I just approach it in the music, making the best music that I can make. You know, me and Knife talk about it all the time, and we call it the good fight. And the good fight is not always the easiest fight, and it's not always the quickest, but, you know, you have to be patient with it, and, you know, have faith in what you're doing, and, you know, celebrate every victory that you get, you know, and build off of that. So that's always been my main focus. Like, the music is the driving force. If you make great music, people can't deny you, like, especially if you keep on, you know, after a while, you gotta come see me, you gotta recognize. So you just can't deny great music, and, you know, that's how I always go into it. Like, I get in the studio and I just shut the world out and just do what feels right, and, you know, let that speak for itself, and let that be the driving force that breaks down these walls. So I think for me, it just always comes down to the music, making great music.
Pete Rock make the drums boom bap. Premier make the drums boom bap. Yeah.
I think whether you're male or female, depending on what you want, indie is definitely better as far as creativity goes. You know, you have more room to really create what you want, and, you know, do what you want. You control everything for the most part. So it's definitely easier, I think, on both sides for that. But, you know, it all depends on what you want. You know, if you want to be around for a long time and you want to make great music the way you want to make it, you're going to go indie. If you want to be famous and, you know, you want everybody to know you, then you might be more comfortable with compromising your art. So major label might be better for you. So it just all depends on what you want, I think, when we're talking about major and indie. But they both have their pluses and their minuses. You know, majors have the big budget. You know, indie, you know, you have more room to create and do what you want. You have a lot more control. So those are the main differences. Just what you want to do, what do you want to do, and what are you willing to give up to get it. So. For me, it's a team effort. I'm very hands-on with it. So me, Ninth, Boog, Tia, my manager Martin, we talk about everything. Like, communication has to be good in that aspect. So they ask me what I want, they tell me what they think, I ask them what they think. So, you know, it's just good to communicate, and, you know, we're all hands-on in everything, just to make it the best that it can be, and to help bring my ideas, you know, to life in the best way possible. So it's definitely a group effort, but I'm hands-on very much. So.
In the stew. Some get their money like the blaze in the coop. Was raised to spend days practicing.
Oh man, it's fun. It's easy now because we've been working together for a long time. I met him the fall of 2005, and I signed his label in 2008. So we've been working together for a while. So we both know each other. You know, he knows all of his artists. You know, he knows what they like. He knows what their sound is. He knows what their inspirations are, what they want to do with their music. So, you know, it's easy now. Basically, you know, if I have an idea, I want to try something different, I communicate it, and, you know, we get in there with him or Crisis or Eric G or whoever in the Soul Council, and, you know, we just bring it to life. But it's pretty easy. You know, he'll get a record, find a dope loop, chop it, whatever. You know, he knows the feelings I like, and the sounds, and I like beats with a lot of emotion in them. So, you know, sometimes I'll have a concept, sometimes he'll already have a concept, and we'll just bounce off each other and just have fun with it. We try not to overthink it. So, you know, it's just a real free, open environment just to create. You know, now you get to email back and forth, you know, a lot. But when you get in the studio and you talk to each other, where you from, you know, what do you like to do, what's your family like, you get to know the person. And, you know, I think that makes working on something better, you know, because because you have something to go off of. And being that we've known each other so long and we've gotten to know each other, so it definitely took time to get to know each other and what we like and what we want to do and what we don't like. So but I mean, that just takes time, but it definitely helps a lot. Whether you're in the studio with anybody, getting there one-on-one and just really talking and getting to know each other, it makes the whole process better, I think. But you can't make great music without it. I don't think that's impossible. So we do it all the time. So Fonte and Nicolay did it with Foreign Exchange. They didn't know each other from Adam and Eve, they're across the pond and just emailing back and forth, but they still made a great project. So I think it's just in the musician. I mean, if you know music and you know how to make great music, it'll come out either way. But it's always good, to have a connection with somebody too. Doesn't hurt, can't hurt.